Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, gentlemen, for being here, and congratulations, Dr. Mink, on finally getting the job for good. I hope you're sleeping occasionally. We'll try to take it easy on you. Although I have to say, after listening to Senator Ernst and Senator Peters get after you guys, I feel like I've been a little easy on you, General, but I don't know. Well, I'll try to keep my cheerful demeanor here, but I want to get right to something important, General Saltzman, because I noticed they've been leaving you out a little bit. I was reading about Golden Dome. I do a lot of that these days, and noticed that two of our least favorite dictators in the world, Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin, had put out a joint statement worrying about the Golden Dome being a, quote, having a destabilizing effect, and suggesting that the United States might be leading toward weaponizing space, which is rich coming from those two guys. Do our enemies have weapons in space that you know of, General?
Yes, Senator, they do. Over the last few years, we've observed, for instance, the Russians have performed some very aggressive on-orbit capabilities in terms of plane matching, getting very close to some of our most sensitive satellites in aggressive ways. They've released what could be presumed to be kinetic kill vehicles that we've watched on orbit. The PRC has demonstrated the ability to use a grappling arm to grab a satellite and pull it out of its operational orbit, return it. All of these are demonstrated capabilities that could be used as anti-satellite technology.
So, as is often the case, I find myself following Senator King and agreeing with him with regard to your budget. And maybe this is a redundant question, but are you adequately funded to meet this kind of a threat in space, and as well as obviously the rest of the world that you have to protect?
It's just about scale, sir. I've often used the analogy that it's like transforming the Merchant Marine into the U.S. Navy or United Airlines into the U.S. Air Force. There's a lot of new equipment, there's new training, there's new people. We can't just take what we had and presume that we can gain space superiority with that equipment. That new equipment requires new resources. And so that's where the disconnect comes, I think, in full funding.
I think your answer to that is that we are not adequately funded. Is that correct, General?
We are not adequately funded for the new missions that I've been given in space superiority.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that, Mr. Chairman, because scale matters, right? I mean, if we have the world's greatest weapons but not enough of them to defeat the enemy, then we're not adequately funded. You're all, by the way, thank you for being so open about the issue, the shortcomings, because we're here to help, and we can't help if we don't know where we're short, and you've all been great this morning, so I thank you for that. I think I'm going to skip over the Sentinel stuff because I think you handled that very well, Dr. Mink, with Senator Fisher. Although I will say I've been concerned about some of the rumors I've been hearing about a $1 billion cut, maybe priorities. I think she referenced something to that effect, and I'm just going to not even ask you to. We just need to do more. I guess the bottom line is my commitment is we need to do more to make sure we're not falling backwards anywhere and that we're projecting forward everywhere that we can. So General Alvin, I'll just simply go to MQ-9s. ISR, my favorite topic, as you know, my concern with the Air Force, sort of both retiring and in the case of MQ-9s, attriting some of our ISR capability. Do you have enough MQ-9s? I'm quite familiar with the aircraft, as you know. MQ-9s to sort of meet the current demand, and I know there's never enough, but are you concerned? Should I be concerned about the MQ-9 population?
Well, as it stands right now, as you mentioned, Senator, that we have lost several in combat in operations. As it exists today, we do our A3 is working with the Joint Staff and understanding how to alter the force offering. But as we continue to attrite more, it becomes more and more critical. I can probably give you a little bit more at a sure. higher level, but it is getting to the point where we need to ensure that every one of them is as survivable as possible. And some of the areas where we're hoping to improve, as you're well aware, some of the things we're looking to improve on are putting sort of the capability for the enhanced proliferated LEO architecture to be able to put that on the MQ-9. This is where I might make my pitch for more funding flexibility, because right now it's a $17 million ask, and because that is above the below threshold reprogramming, we're having to go through a longer process with us in Congress to get that approved. But the more we could have that flexibility to be able to accelerate the fielding of those proliferated LEO architecture on those MQ-9s, it'll make them more survivable.
Well, just as scale matters, so does speed, right? So we've got a lot of things to figure out, and we're grateful, Mr. Secretary, you're there to help us do that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Cramer. Senator Warren, you made it by a matter of seconds.
It counts.
You are
Thank you.
recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So look, we all want the Air Force to have the money it needs to keep us safe, and we all want those funds to be